Good morning, children. This is Parul Saxena, your SST mentor, and today we are going to start a new chapter of class 7, chapter number 2, New Kings and Kingdoms. Children, as the name shows, you all can see here that today we'll discuss on that how the new kings and new kingdoms emergence took place in our country. At the beginning of the medieval period, we'll discuss on that how the emergence of the new kings and the new kingdoms, new reasons took place in our country. Today, I'll also discuss with you the introduction that how it happens and why, what was the reason behind it for the emergence of these new kings and new dynasties. Okay, so that also we'll discuss in today's class, that what were the reasons behind it for the emergence of the new dynasty on our kingdom, on our subcontinent, on India, in India. So children, today we'll discuss on, as the name shows, new kings and kingdoms. So all my class 70s, let's get ready with the chapter number 2, New Kings and Kingdoms. As you all know, history is the most amazing subject. It's most interesting subject. If you'll take interest, so you'll come to know all the concept that we are studying our past. What is history? Of course, history means the study of past. So, you'll come to know all the concept related to the history in this chapter, that after class 6. Now, in class 6 standard, you already studied about the ancient history. Right? As I have told you that the basic classification of the history, we can classify the history into, commonly historians, maximum historians accepted that Indian history can be classified into 3 periods: ancient history, medieval history and modern history. And in class 7 we are targeting on the medieval history. As my students, you know it very well that medieval history, again we can categorize it. So of course, let's start it. The basic concept I'm giving you first. Children, maximum historians accepted this classification related to the Indian history, about the Indian history. Maximum historians accepted this classification. So we can say that this is the most common classification of Indian history. So yes, Indian history, you all can see here, Indian history we can classify it into 3 periods: ancient, medieval and modern. And in class 7th, we are targeting on the medieval history. In the medieval history, we'll discuss, again we can subcategorize in 2. It is early medieval history and the second is later medieval history. So basically children, ancient history already you have studied in class 6 standard. So in class 7th we are targeting, we have to discuss on the medieval history, that what happens, the duration of the ancient history, though already you have studied in 6th standard. The duration was from early man to 7th century. Basically we'll take this duration. We study about early man because first chapter in your class 6 was about related to the early man, when the man was the food gatherer, right? So your history started from the early man in class 6 until 7th century, when the Harshvardhan Empire formed. Okay, the first empire formed by Chandragupta Maurya, it was the first empire, it was Mauryan Empire. Later on Guptas formed their empire and many more, and finally Harshvardhan formed the empire which was formed in 7th century, of course. And here, till 7th century, our ancient history completed. So, we started ancient history from early men till 7th century. Now, from 8th century, which is in our which is in our 7th class portion, we started the medieval history from 8th to 18th century. In this duration, means this is the duration of the medieval history. So children, early medieval timing we take it as 8th to 12th century. Here now the chapter new kings and kingdoms, okay, कि what happened after 7th century, what happened in our country. तो we'll start from here. यहाँ पे हमने 7th century तक डिस्कस कर लिया है. अर्ली मैन से 7th century तक आप पढ़ के आए हो कि कैसे हर्षवर्धन ने अपनी एम्पायर फॉर्म्ड की थी, विच इज वॉज द लास्ट एम्पायर ऑफ द एंशिएंट टाइम, एंशिएंट हिस्ट्री. Right children, the first empire in the ancient history was Mauryan Empire, and the last empire in the ancient history was Harshvardhan Empire or Harsha's Empire. Okay, so early medieval history duration is 8th to 12th century. We considered 8th to 12th century as the early medieval time, and later medieval time we take it as 13th to 18th century. So I'm creating a link here with you all. हम इस लिंक को ब्रेक नहीं करेंगे, हम 6th की हिस्ट्री से ही स्टार्ट करेंगे नेक्स्ट 7th की हिस्ट्री, एंड देन अगेन 7th हिस्ट्री विल इंटरकनेक्टेड विद 8th. So children, history continuously year by year you are studying, but in different classes. But there is full continuously you are studying. It is not like that कि कभी कहीं का पढ़ लिया कभी कहीं का. No, you are studying class wise. Firstly you studied about the ancient history. Now in this class 7th you'll talk and you'll targeted class 7th medieval history, and in 8th standard you'll discuss on the modern history. So one by one you are discussing about the what's happened. Okay, you are studying about our past. The study of past is history. So yes, one by one in class, different classes you are studying the continuously history of India. Right children? So in class 7th we will target on the medieval history. Medieval history duration is 8th to 18th century, and again we can categorize this division in two subcategories, that is early medieval history and the later medieval history. Children, in the early medieval history we take the duration 8 to 12th century, and then later 13 to 18th century. So this division, this later medieval history, I'll talk with you later on in the next chapters. But now, as the classification you have already studied in, you have already seen here, so I'm taking it here. I'm connecting 7 to 8th. Last empire which you studied in class 6, it was last chapter in which you have seen already that Harshvardhan Empire was the last empire. But after the death of the Harshvardhan, जो 7th century में हर्षवर्धन की जब डेथ हुई, तब no one capable ruler in his family to hold and administrate his vast empire. No one was capable to do so. Children, after the death of the Harshvardhan, no one capable ruler came to be exist on or to rule over Harsha's empire. The reason was only one, that there was the monarchy rule. Monarchy means there are different forms of government like democracy, monarchy, parliamentary form of government, presidential form of government, and monarchy was one of them. And beta, in monarchy form of government, king's son become the next king. This is monarchy in which king's son become the next king. जो king का बेटा वो होता है वही next king बनता है. This is the monarchy rule. So yes, in early time also there was the monarchy rule in our country. Not only in our country, all over the world. In many countries this monarchy rule were going through. ओके चल रहा था, सिर्फ हमारी कंट्री में नहीं, सब जगह पे मोनार्की रूल चल रहा था. राइट, कहीं पर जार्स थे, कहीं पे किंग्स थे, राइट, कहीं पे क्वीन. एंड on our country also in 7th 8th century they were the monarchy rule. So king's son become the next king. But after the death of the Harshvardhan was the good administrator and he was a good politician. He was capable to maintain his empire. But after the death of the Harshvardhan, no one was capable in his family to hold and to control his vast empire. उसकी इतनी बड़ी एम्पायर को संभालने वाला और कोई केपेबल रूलर नहीं हुआ. इसका एडवांटेज किसने लिया? ऑब्वियसली जो उनके चीफ्स थे, okay, which they used to call them Samans. Earlier, what happened in that duration in 7th to 8th century, the kings appointed for the proper and better administration in their empire, they appointed few chiefs. ओके वो कुछ लैंडलॉर्ड्स को कुछ चीफ्स बनाते थे जिन्हें सामंस कहा जाता था. तो फॉर द प्रॉपर एंड बेटर एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन दे अपॉइंटेड दी सामंस. Right, children? So what happened after the death of the Harshvardhan, and slowly these Samants become when powerful and wealthy. जब ये सामंत और ज़्यादा पावरफुल और वेल्दी हो गए और वो उस रीजन को खुद से अच्छे से एडमिनिस्ट्रेट करने लगे, तो दे स्टार्टेड टू थिंक जब हमारे पास कोई इतना केपेबल रूलर ही नहीं है तो दे डिक्लेयर्ड देमसेल्फ एज ए रूलर. तो उन्होंने उस पर्टिकुलर रीजन का जहाँ पे वो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन संभाल रहे थे, दे डिक्लेयर्ड देमसेल्फ देयर द रूलर, द किंग. और इन दिस वे द न्यू dynasties, the new kingdoms, small regions, small kingdoms rises in our country, and in this way the emergence of the new kings and new kingdoms occurs. और इस तरीके से हमारी कंट्री में हर्षवर्धन की डेथ के बाद जितने भी उनके सामंस थे जो पावरफुल थे, वेल्दी थे, those who were better administrator of the particular region, so they declared themselves as a king in that particular regions. तो उन्होंने उन small region में अपने आप को क्या डिक्लेयर कर दिया? किंग डिक्लेयर कर दिया कि नाउ आई एम द किंग ऑफ दिस एरिया. In this way, the whole empire of Harshvardhan, the vast empire of Harshvardhan, disintegrated into small किंगडम्स. और इस तरीके से जो हर्षवर्धन की एक वास्ट एम्पायर थी वो छोटे छोटे किंगडम्स में डिवाइड हो गई. और वहाँ पे जो सामंत थे दे डिक्लेयर्ड देमसेल्फ एज अ रूलर, और उन्होंने अपने आप को डिक्लेयर्ड देमसेल्फ एज अ किंग्स, और उन्होंने अपने आप को किंग्स डिक्लेयर किया. तो इट हैपन्स, दीज ऑल हैपेंड इन 8th सेंचुरी. ये सब कुछ हुआ 8th सेंचुरी में. और इसीलिए अब हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं हमारा चैप्टर नंबर 2. द नेम ऑफ द चैप्टर इज न्यू किंग्स एंड किंगडम्स. और हम यही पढ़ने वाले हैं कि कैसे हर्षवर्धन की डेथ के बाद इन द 8th सेंचुरी व्हाट हैपेंड, जो हमारी पूरी कंट्री, जो हमारा एक नेशन था, जो एक वास्ट एम्पायर थी हर्षवर्धन की, वो कैसे छोटे किंगडम्स में डिवाइड हो गई. हाउ इट इज स्प्लिट अप इनटू स्मॉल किंगडम्स. दैट नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू टीच यू. एंड व्हाट वाज द नेम, हु रूल्ड देयर, हु लेड द फाउंडेशन ऑफ दीज स्मॉल किंगडम्स, दीज ऑल थिंग आई विल डिस्कस विद यू इन दिस चैप्टर. सो दिस इज अबाउट द होल डिवीजन. Children, this is the introduction. As I have told you that we are targeting on the medieval India. Of course, medieval time, it is in your portion in class 7 that we will discuss in the whole history of class 7. We'll discuss on this 8th to 18th century, the medieval time. Okay, always remember this duration. The medieval duration is 8th to 18th century. So I'm starting with the beginning with the 8th century. Okay, that what happened after the death of Harshvardhan. Harshvardhan died in 7th century, and what happened after the death of the Harshvardhan? I'm starting your class 7th history with the same year, with the same century. Okay, and slowly we'll discuss one by one 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, until 18th century. We'll discuss in the medieval history in class 7th. Right, will not skip any year. Okay, so let's start it. The medieval period, here you can see there was a social, economic and political changes. Many changes took place in this duration. Earlier there was no Parda Patha. So many more changes in the social life of the people took place. लोगों की ज़िंदगी में बहुत सारे changes हुए, कुछ invention हुए, कुछ अच्छे थे, कुछ बुरे थे. Few were very positive for the society, few were put in much more negative adverse effects. Even few social evils started in the medieval time and few social evils ended in the medieval time. So both positive and negative. If you'll take the most positive change took place, or the best thing about the medieval time, you will take it as an example I'm giving you. You can take it, or you can say the architecture, the best architecture you can say, children. took place in that medieval time, in this medieval era. जो आप इंडिया में जो बेस्ट आर्किटेक्चर देखते हो, चाहे वो ताजमहल हो, आगरा फोर्ट हो, दिल्ली फोर्ट हो, जामा मस्जिद, न मीन्स मोस्ट मतलब बेस्ट आर्किटेक्चर, many best architecture examples we have of this medieval timing. So yes, this was the positive effect. This is the advantage, okay, you can say. Okay, but if you'll talk on about the negative, so earlier there were no parda patha in our society. Before, in the early time, there were no parda patha, but in the medieval era, in this duration when foreign invaders started attack on our country, the parda pratha started practiced. They preferred to keep their girl child at their home only. Okay, so because of these foreign invention, they were little afraid. So yes, few positive and few negative. Okay, so let's start it. I mean to say that in medieval time many changes took place, not only in the social life of people, in the political life also. Earlier there were the big vast empire, only one king, but later on in the medieval time, at the beginning of the medieval time, the vast empire break into small kingdoms. जो एक बड़ी empire थी वो break हो गई small kingdoms में with the beginning of this medieval time. Okay, इस medieval time की beginning में ही ऐसा हुआ. So many social, economic and political changes took place in this era, which led to the emergence of the new social groups, which I am calling new kings and new kingdoms. And these all witnessed the development of new technologies and introduction of the new ideas. Means bhakti movement also practiced in that duration when the people were very much suffered with the all old rituals. जब लोग बहुत सफ़र हो गए ओल्ड रिचुअल से, तो भक्ति का कंसेप्ट, अ न्यू कंसेप्ट राइजेस, एक न्यू कंसेप्ट आया इन द सोशल लाइफ ऑफ द पीपल एंड पीपल क्विकली अट्रैक्टेड विद इट दैट गॉड इज इनसाइड यू. Okay, and let's do the devotion towards God only, not in rituals. You cannot gain the God by practicing all rituals. This is the saying of the bhakti. So yes, people really very much attracted with this concept and idea. So this bhakti movement, this new idea also emerged in this medieval time. The new religions also emerged in this medieval time. So children, there were many changes took place, not only in the social life of the people, in the economical life, in the political life. New invention means the economically people get a little bit wealthier, right? Economically they become sound, fine. They the prosperity, okay, they become more prosperous. So economically also there were many changes took place, and with the help of the new invention. So children, these all new ideas also added into the society. So basically in medieval India we can say, हम कह सकते हैं कि medieval India में yes, medieval India witness करता है social, economical and political changes को हमारी society में, because new technologies, with the invention of the new technologies, new invention, new strategies, these all added with our life, with the people's life, right children? Here there were several recent kingdoms established by the people who came from the parts of the world, right? Now one more thing, when the they declared, when the Samans or land chiefs declared themselves as a ruler, so that was not compulsion for them that time ki the person must be from Kshatriya community also, because we know it in the ancient time they were the follower of the Varna system. Okay, we have 4 Varnas children, right? Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, and this division in the ancient time was fully based on the occupational activities. It was fully based on the occupational activities, means people who involved with the worship of God. Okay, they called the Brahmins, those who have knowledge of Veds, knowledge of Sanskrit, so they were Brahmins, right? Those who practice or who practicing or involves in the practicing or teaching, okay, the Veds, the Sanskrit, so they called Brahmins, okay? And those who protect their territories, who were involved in the protection of the territories, they called Kshatriya, right? Because they all mean soldier, general, those who all involved with the protection of the territory, for the protection of the land, अपनी भूमि के protection के लिए, अपनी territory के protection के लिए जो involved होते थे, they called, or those who involved in the warfare, they all called Kshatriya. Vaishya means businessmen, all the traders, right? Those who involved with the buying and selling of goods, they called Vaishyas. And Shudra were the basically helper, those who helped the other three communities, those who helped the other three Varns, right? So they were the Shudra. And in Shudra category, the peasant, artisans, potter, carpenter, these all involved. These all were the helpers and these all called Shudras. So basically, in the ancient time, this division, this one system was practiced in the society and was based on occupational activities. Okay, so that time it was not so कि Shudra were the lower caste or Brahmins and Kshatriya and Vaishyas were the upper caste. This concept was not there. Okay, later on when the casteism enter, so that time the meaning and definition of the Vern system fully changed, but not earlier. But पहले ऐसा नहीं था, right? कि ये lower caste है, हम upper caste है, no. Right? So, one thing I want to tell you children, that in the medieval time when the new kingdoms rises, so it was not compulsion that कि वो जो सामंत या जो चीफ जिसने अपने को रूलर डिक्लेयर किया ही मस्ट बी फ्रॉम द क्षत्रिय कम्युनिटी ओनली, इट वाज नॉट सो. आप देखोगे कि ये जो न्यू किंगडम्स बने, न्यू किंग्स राइज हुए, इमर्जेंस हुआ न्यू किंगडम्स का, इसमें सब लोग क्षत्रिय नहीं थे. फ्यू वर क्षत्रिय ऑफ कोर्स, बट नॉट ऑल. आप देखोगे कि बहुत सारे ऐसे ब्राह्मण्स भी थे, right? Those who were not from Kshatriya community, but still they become the kings. But उसके बाद भी उन्होंने अपने आप को ruler declare किया. They were the Brahmins, वो ब्राह्मण थे, फिर भी they came and in the protection of the territory and declared themselves later on as a king. So that also you will see it here. So in the 7th century, means at the end of the ancient history, basically it was soon after the death of the king Harsh that I have told you. वो death हुई थी हर्षवर्धन की 647 AD में. AD means Anno Domini. Okay, we use two terms for measuring time in history, AD and BC. AD means Anno Domini. And BC means होता है आपका before Christ. तो जीसस क्राइस्ट के बर्थ के पहले का जो भी टाइम है हम उसमें लगाते हैं BC, राइट? सो 647 AD में जब डेथ हुआ हर्षवर्धन का, तो नो वन केपेबल रूलर वाज इन देयर फैमिली. सो व्हाट हैपन, कोई भी जब केपेबल रूलर उनकी फैमिली में नहीं था, नो वन रूलर वाज देयर और द किंग सन, नो वन, they were not that much capable to took control of a vast empire. Okay, they were not that much capable, they were not good administrators as like Harsh, right? So what happened, the chief of Harsha's empire, जो सामंत थे हर्षा के एम्पायर में, जो chiefs थे हर्षा के एम्पायर में, those who become prosperous, those who become powerful and wealthy, they declared themselves as a kings, okay, of that particular region. Fine children. So his vast kingdom began to disintegrated. I have told you that उनकी family में because of the lack of a capable ruler, his vast empire Harshvardhan, which was the last empire, who was the ruler of the last empire in ancient time, in ancient history. Ancient history की first empire थी Mauryan empire, never ever forget it, and the last empire was of Harshvardhan empire. So after the death of the Harshvardhan, no one capable ruler was there in his family, and just because of it, his vast empire split up or disintegrated, मतलब टूट जाना, disintegrated into small regions and small kingdoms, and the chiefs or samans or landlords, these words used for these personalities who helped rajas, okay, जो राजा को हेल्प किया करते थे for the better administration, to do the better administration. These samans helped the king to do the better administration. Even they bring gifts, they attend the king's court. Okay, these were the features of these samans, ki at the time of warfare they support the king. Okay, because it was compulsion for the saman to hold a small to maintain a small army, जो small soldiers की, जिसमें हॉर्स बैक पे भी कुछ सोल्जर्स हों, आपको वो कंपल्शन था इन सामंस के लिए कि आपको मेंटेन करनी है. गॉट इट? तो these samans basically helped the rajas for the better administration. So what they used to do it, what that these samans bring gift, okay, for the king, and they attend the king's court. ये फीचर्स थे इन सबके कि ये किंग्स कोर्ट अटेंड करते थे. दे ब्रिंग गिफ्ट फॉर द राजा एंड ऑफ कोर्स एट द टाइम ऑफ द वॉर दे हेल्प्ड, दे सपोर्ट द किंग. जैसे ही राजा इन्हें कॉल करता था कि येस आई हैड अ वॉर, so you just come and join. So they joined the king, okay, with their armies, small armies. And in this way the Raja formed a big army. Okay, he called all his Samans at the time of the warfare. I'm telling you, at the time of the war with the neighboring king, so he called his all Samans with the small troops. Fine, because it was compulsion for the Saman to maintain troops, a small army troops. Okay children, so this is happened, and in this way it is the basic concept that how the new kings and kingdoms rises in our country at the beginning of the medieval time. Okay, जब medieval time start हुआ तब new kings and kingdoms कैसे rise हुई. तो it is a beginning that after the death of the Harshvardhan in 647 AD, okay, his vast empire split up or disintegrated into small kingdoms, and there the prosperous, powerful and wealthier Saman declared themselves as a king. Okay, so here children you can see that I have already discussed with you here the whole division, and right now that in history, ancient, medieval and modern, and here early medieval time I am discussing with you that in the 8th century, in this way, in the different regions in our country, new kingdoms rises. Like North India में आपके Delhi Sultanate, Mughals, Chauhans, okay, ये सब rise हुए, ये kingdoms, ये kings बने. Deccan में आपके विजयनगर, most prosperous and most known. South India में आप पांड्यास, पल्लवास और later on आप चोलास को भी ले सकते हो, right? तो it is about the early medieval time, duration of the 8th to 13th century. तो these new kings and kingdoms rises. और अगर आप late medieval time की बात करोगे तो नॉर्थ इंडिया में फिर आपके राजपूत्स आ गए थे between 13th to 18th century, पालास, प्रतिहारास एंड सेरास. इधर चालुक्य आ गए थे डेक्कन में, राष्ट्रकूटास आ गए थे. साउथ इंडिया में आपके पांड्यास और चोलास इज द मोस्ट नोन एम्पायर ऑफ द सदर्न इंडिया. Okay, because Cholas ruled for 4 century. Century means कितने होते हैं आपको पता है ना, जब सचिन तेंदुलकर सेंचुरी लगाता है तो इट्स मीन 100 runs. So Cholas were the ruler who ruled for 4 century. 4 century means 400 years. 400 years. तो इसलिए लेटर मिडवल टाइम में चोलास जो थे मोस्ट प्रॉस्परस, मोस्ट वेल्दी और मोस्ट पावरफुल किंगडम्स मेंटेन. दे वर वेरी मच पावरफुल. दिस चोला किंगडम वाज द मोस्ट पावरफुल किंगडम ऑफ सदर्न इंडिया. और इसीलिए हम इसकी सेपरेटली केस स्टडी भी करेंगे, बिकॉज विदाउट हार्मिंग मीन्स इन द सदर्न इंडिया दे रूल्ड कंटिन्यूसली फॉर 400 years. इन्होंने 400 years तक कंटिन्यूसली सदर्न इंडिया में रूल किया, और दैट्स वाई विल स्टडी सेपरेटली अ केस स्टडी रिलेटेड टू द चोला किंगडम. विल डू इट इन दिस चैप्टर ओनली. सो दिस इज अबाउट द होल अबाउट द emergence. This is about the emergence, that by the 7th century they were the big landlords or warriors, as I have told you in the different region, and existing king acknowledged them as their subordinate or samans. Okay, राजा जो अपने chiefs थे उन्हें samans कॉल किया करते थे या subordinate, and they were expected to bring gifts for the king. Okay, उनको number 1 उनसे expect किया जाता था कि they'll bring gifts and they'll be present at the court and provide them the military support at the time of war. So these 3 points, please always remember it, that they bring gift for the summons were always expected. इनसे expect किया जाता था और इन्हें करना होता था कि they'll bring gifts for the king. Okay, nextly that they attended the court of the king, or third they gave the military support to the king at the time of the war. So always they get ready to give the military support to the king. And Samans, when they gained power and wealth, so they declared themselves as a Mahasamant or Mahamandaleshwar. Okay, and later on king. जो महासामंत और महामंडलेश्वर होते हैं उसका मीनिंग होता है सर्कल ऑफ अ रीजन, मीन्स हेड ऑफ द सर्कल, उस पर्टिकुलर रीजन के हेड या उस पर्टिकुलर रीजन के लॉर्ड, भगवान, लॉर्ड ऑफ द पर्टिकुलर रीजन. Okay, it is the meaning of the Mahasamant or Mahamandaleshwar, and sometime they asserted their independence from their over लॉर्ड्स. और जब टाइम आया उन्हें देख लिया कि नो वन इज केपेबल रूलर, ठीक है, कि राजा की बिकॉज ऑफ द वीकनेसेस ऑफ अ किंग, राजा की वीकनेसेस के कारण उन्होंने अपने आप को क्या डिक्लेयर कर दिया, दे डिक्लेयर्ड देमसेल्फ द किंग्स of a small reasons. So children, in this way the emergence of the new kings and kingdoms took place in our country. इस तरीके से the new kingdoms after the death of the Harshvardhan in our country in the 8th century, at the beginning of the medieval time, the new kingdom rises in our country.